When I was little, my father was famous. He was the greatest samurai in the empire. He cut off the heads of 131.
Hey everybody, Jerry Williams, aka Greater Sapien here. Thanks for stopping by. Today, we look at numbers 197 and 198 of Eric Dubay's 200 Proofs the Earth is Not a Spinning Ball. 197. Some people claim there is no motive for such a grand-scale deception and that flat or a ball makes no difference. By removing Earth from the motionless center of the universe, these Masons have moved us physically and metaphysically from a place of supreme importance to one of complete nihilistic indifference. If the Earth is the center of the universe, then the ideas of God, creation, and a purpose for human existence are resplendent. But if the Earth is just one of billions of planets revolving around billions of stars and billions of galaxies, then the ideas of God, creation, and a special purpose for Earth and human existence become highly implausible. By surreptitiously indoctrinating us into their scientific materialist sun worship, not only do we lose faith in anything beyond the material, we gain absolute faith in materiality, superficiality, status, selfishness, hedonism, and consumerism. If there is no God, and everyone is just an accident, then all that really matters is me, me, me. They have turned Madonna, the mother of God, into a material girl living in a material world. Their rich, powerful corporations with slick sun cult logos sell us idols to worship, slowly taking over the world while we tacitly believe their science, vote for their politicians, buy their products, listen to their music, and watch their movies, sacrificing our souls at the altar of materialism. To quote Morris Klein, the heliocentric theory, by putting the sun at the center of the universe, made man appear to be just one of a possible host of wanderers drifting through a cold sky. It seemed less likely that he was born to live gloriously and to attain paradise upon his death. Less likely, too, was it that he was the object of God's ministrations. Okay, right off the bat, there is absolutely no proof against the world being a globe here. This only provides proof that you think it's a conspiracy. It's not proof of a conspiracy, only a display that you think there is motivation for one. But you're throwing everything in here, and it's really a stretch. You're equating heliocentrism, the scientific model where the sun is at the center of the solar system, with materialism, consumerism, and atheism, implying that the acceptance of heliocentrism leads to some nihilistic worldview. The heliocentric model is based on astronomical observations, and it does not imply anything about the metaphysical beliefs or materialism or morality. The idea that moving Earth from the center of the universe causes a loss of purpose or value says more about you, because that is a wholly subjective interpretation. Many religious believers, including theists, accept modern cosmology while maintaining their faith and belief in a purposeful existence. Just because you think you would have no morality or purpose to your existence without Earth being the center of the universe doesn't mean that applies to others. Understand what you're saying. It's not enough for you to have a God that created the universe, created humanity, and created you. You have to be at the center of the universe in order for your life to have meaning. Now, though that is sad, it's not proof the Earth isn't a globe. To sum up, you think it's a conspiracy to eliminate your God, and specifically your Christian God, and even more specifically, your particular interpretation of your Christian God, because most Christians are perfectly fine with a globe. But here's the thing. There doesn't need to be a conspiracy to undermine your very particular view of a God. You know it, and that's why you inveigh against the fundamentals of science and education so much, because there has always been a God of the gaps. There were things we understood the processes of, and for the things we didn't understand, people like yourself filled in the gaps with gods. We used to have a whole bunch of really big gaps, but as we observed the universe more, we learned more about how things operate in nature, and those gaps got smaller. And they keep getting smaller to this day. And so some people like you, Eric, understand that scientific exploration and education leaves less and less room for gods, and that your very specific view of a God was scratched off the list a long time ago. So you have to be against science and education. But saying science and education is bad is problematic even for you. So you have to have someone making science and education into a bad thing. They are making it bad. Who are they? Number 198. Some say the idea of an intergenerational worldwide conspiracy to delude the masses sounds implausible or unrealistic. But these people need only familiarize themselves with the works and writings of Freemasons themselves. For example, John Robeson, who exposed this in his 1798 book, Proofs of a Conspiracy Against All the Religions and Governments of Europe, carried out in secret meetings of the Freemasons, Illuminati, and reading societies. Supreme Commander of the 33rd degree, Albert Pike, was quite forthcoming in several letters regarding the Masons' ultimate goal of world domination. And in the Zionist Protocols of the Learned Elders of Zion, the exact plan by which this would be and has been carried out is completely disclosed. Well, well, well. Here we go. It took 198 tries, but you finally got to the point, didn't you, Eric? I'm actually surprised that you didn't make this number 200. It should end with 200. It's the Jews. So, before I go a minute longer, let me say, fuck Eric Dubay and fuck every single flat earther that endorses this shit. A couple of videos back, I called this a bigoted worldview, and some of you were like, well, I don't know if you should go that far. This is why I said that. This is the worldview of bigots. And if you are down with this, you are a fucking bigot. I mean, you threw in the Freemasons there, but we all know who you think it comes down to. The fact that you vouch for the protocols of the Learned Elders of Zion. The Protocols of the Learned Elders of Zion is a bullshit book made up at the turn of the century by the Russian secret police, plagiarizing satirical books from the previous century, twisted in order to target Jews as a political scapegoat. People have known that book to be a forgery since the 1920s, but bigots, hate merchants, white supremacists, and fucking Nazis have been using it to justify their hate-fueled conspiracies ever since. The idea that this is somehow, this Nazi wank mag is proof against the globe? In citing this book, Eric, and anyone who has ever endorsed Dubay's proofs, you forfeit any air of legitimacy you have ever tried to have. The only valid reason to cite this book is when explaining where some piece of shit lone wolf domestic terrorist got his fucking ideas. Anyone citing the protocols of the Learned Elders of Zion as valid is unworthy of the generations of evolution that allows you to exist. Unworthy of the affection your mother and father withheld from you, you garbage human being. Now, the comments on this video are open. I am telling you now, do not defend this shit on my comment threads. Find something else to talk about because I won't have it. I will not have that shit. People ask me, why don't you debate Eric Dubay? Because you don't debate Nazis. You punch them in the fucking face. That's why. Seriously, I don't fucking care. Don't fucking care. Yeah. Fuck all of them. Fuck all of them. I still have 2 more proofs to do. But
that's my job. That's what I do. I don't lose. I win. Is there no one on this planet to even challenge me?
Maybe you came by to congratulate me on last night's victory.